Welcome one and all, this is the White Nova review. We're going to be looking at NXT TakeOver Phoenix, which occurred just last Saturday. Really short show, but let's just get right into it. Hopefully we'll have a short video today. Let's see, the show opened up with the War Raiders taking on Undisputed Era, represented by Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Undisputed Era have been tag team champions for a very long time, and deservedly so. They are wickedly good and wickedly entertaining, but they're also heels, you know? So it had been a while since we've had a good babyface tag team become champions. And War Raiders, they've been with WWE for over a year now. It hadn't really gotten to do anything, so it was really cool to see them come out. Show opened up with their entrance where they had a bunch of Vikings come out. They were left over from the wedding with Ro and Sarah Logan, I believe. Still having trouble telling the two apart, so I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But we had a cool Viking entrance. It was super cool. War Raiders came out. They put on a very impressive display. Showed what they're all about. They're about big dudes. You can do big dude stuff, but also do a bunch of flips. And it was really cool. You got to see one of them do a cartwheel out of the way. It was really good, really fun match. Undisputed Era was pretty much everything that you come to expect, and that's not a bad thing at all. They were wonderful. They were entertaining, but they were also vicious and sometimes cowardly heels. We really need this. I love Undisputed Era. I'm worried that this means they're going up to the main roster now, but hopefully the rumors that say that Vince McMahon is planning to push the tag division in 2019 is true, and that Undisputed Era is given all the credit that they deserve on the main roster, because these guys are just, they're good. Let's see. So we got new champions in the War Raiders. Awesome. Great match. Check it out. Next up, we had Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. I actually expected this match was going to open the show. I think it was weird opening the match with a championship bout, but that's just NXT for you. They keep everything so tight and focused around the titles, so those titles matter. This was definitely a build-up Matt Riddle kind of match. Cassius Ohno's kind of taken on the role of gatekeeper. Kind of like what Dolph Ziggler had been doing, where someone would get called up from NXT and just feud with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler puts him over. That's kind of what Cassius Ohno is doing here, which is, it's tricky. That is a hard position to be in, especially if you're a wrestler and you want your stock to grow. But to his credit, Cassius Ohno pulled over Matt Riddle amazing here. There's a spot where he just stomps right onto Matt Riddle's mouth, and you actually see his foot go right into his mouth like this, and they played it back like twice. It looked vicious and disgusting, and it ended with Matt Riddle just snapping, losing his cool, and he won by submission, but the submission wasn't a working hold. He just kept drilling his elbow into the side of Ohno's head until Ohno just like screamed, "Okay, please stop, I give up." Awesome way to end a match. I really like it when matches can end because someone is just so vicious and beating the guy down so bad that makes them want to give up. I don't think we really get to see enough of that, and I think we could use more of that as well. My only problem with it is that it really built up Matt Riddle as a bit of a heel. So I really feel like Matt Riddle's got a bit of a future as a heel in NXT, which is good because we need more heels and more strong, vicious kind of heels is absolutely what we need. And Cassius Ohno just can't just keep beating. He just can't keep being the bad guy when he just keeps losing, you know. So that was a good match. It was all right. Really, I think this is kind of where Matt Riddle finally has like found his spot in wrestling as far as the WWE style. He's a very interesting performer to watch. Let's see. Up next, we had Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet for the NXT North American Championship. This match, wow. Johnny Gargano goes by the nickname Johnny Wrestling, and he absolutely deserves that. It doesn't matter if he's a good guy or a bad guy. He finds a way to get a 5-star match. He had an amazing match with Almas about a year ago, and now he's going up against Ricochet. And, you know, having a good match against Ricochet, that's kind of like whatever. Ricochet is really good too, but you put those two together, they made something really, really special. I loved Johnny going for his over-the-top rope slingshot into a DDT, but Ricochet actually holds on and ends up dumping Gargano over the top rope. Lots of good spots in this match. Man. All I'm going to say is check it out, otherwise I'll talk about it all night. Go watch this match. It's really good. Gargano wins decisively. There was no cheating. He won fairly clean, and he's the new North American champion. This is our third North American champions. Fantastic match. If it doesn't get 5 stars, I'm going to be really shocked. But it was awesome. Up next, we had Shayna Baszler defending her NXT Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. There was this big spot of controversy because apparently Sam Roberts really buried Bianca, saying that she does not championship material or not takeover material or something like that. He really buried her here, and I find it very hard to disagree with him. It's not like the booking was bad, because she's been undefeated up till this match. But all she's had is her hair gimmick. She's got the long braided ponytail, and she'll use that as a whip. And in this match, it was awesome, because when she whipped Shayna Baszler, it actually broke the skin, and we got a good camera shot of that. Vicious. That's really cool. But she didn't look... It's kind of the same problem that Ember Moon had, where she almost felt rocket strapped, and she's just like a step or two off. Like, I got no problem believing Ember Moon in the title picture, especially now. And maybe that's just because she's worked Asuka so much. But Bianca Belair, this was kind of her first really big match. And it just... the thing that bothered me most was that the submission finish was Bianca passed out. She didn't tap out. And I don't like it when you have your babyface get choked out in the ring. The heels declare the victor, and the heels going up the ramp. And then the camera cuts back to the ring, and the babyface is already sitting up and looking up the ramp, who just beat them, and is smiling about that. That just doesn't seem like it's selling the defeat. Now, I don't want her to be dead in the ring, but for her to actually try to come to would have been nice. I think what they were going for was that Shayna just barely beat her, but that didn't fit with the overall structure of the match itself, where Shayna was just better than Bianca Belair at every step. It's not that Bianca was bad, it's just that Shayna was better. Which hurts Bianca's gimmick, I know. But man, I don't know. This was also a death spot. Having to follow Johnny Gargano and Ricochet, oh man, could not wish that to have that spot at all. And then our main event, Tommaso Ciampa defending his NXT title against Aleister Black. This match actually felt a bit like a blood feud. There were a little bit of vibes from the Ciampa Gargano match from last year's WrestleMania season. It felt really personal. Black lost the title to Ciampa sometime over the summer, I want to say. And Black's been on a bit of a warpath trying to get it back from him. And Black has kind of been on this this path of destruction. Like, because shortly after he lost the title is when Aleister Black got hurt. And so they do the Aleister Black was jumped in the parking lot story. And they had this big old mystery, which was one of the best stories of NXT in recent history, where Black finally finds out who it was that attacked him. It's revealed to be Gargano. This was Gargano's heel turn, which Gargano's heel turn has been wonderfully handled because he's still staying true to his character. He doesn't feel like he's doing anything wrong. And that's the best thing about Gargano's heel turn. Oh my gosh, I'm talking about Gargano again when I'm supposed to be talking about the main event. But that's just how big Gargano is right now. Brian Alvarez compared Gargano to Kazuchika Okada. And I wouldn't say that the comparison was meant literally and that he is as good at wrestling as Okada is. But he knows exactly how to structure his matches to make it seem like he's that good. And he's able to consistently put on amazing high-profile matches. Gargano is... I am waiting for Gargano to finally be redeemed. This redemption storyline. I feel like right now we are in the Empire Strikes Back chapter, and we're getting to Return of the Jedi here, and we're going to see Gargano and Ciampa go at it one more time at WrestleMania, and it's going to be for the title. I just know it. It's going to be so good. But Black and Ciampa, sorry. When they started, they just immediately started brawling, and they actually fell out of the ring. They looked at each other, and then they just got right back in, looked at each other again, and started wailing on each other again. That was good. That was a really good spot. Just really to make it feel gritty and more personal than other matches that we tend to see. That's one of the things that I love about NXT is that the characters really drive the show. And then you got your wrestling to supplement it, but it's really good wrestling as well. So, man, the match went on for about 30 minutes. I could not recall every single spot from the match, but by the end of it, oh, that's right. So Ciampa hit his finisher on Black, and Black kicks out. And Ciampa's just floored that he's kicked out. Oh, I'm starting to remember the whole match now. Ciampa's working the leg of Aleister Black. And Black is, in pain. It's no secret that what he tore was a groin muscle, but it's very, working the same general area, I guess. But what happens is that plays into his finisher, which is a roundhouse kick, the Black Mass. Take out that leg. He can't put any power behind his finish, which is great in-ring storytelling right there. And that was pretty much the story of this match, was that Ciampa targeted the leg, beat him down savagely, like Suzuki-style beatdowns. And Black tries to hit his Black Mass at one point and flinches. He recoils from the pain because his leg is so beat up from all of this. And this gives Ciampa the opportunity to hit him with his finisher, the fairy tale ending. And Black kicks out. Kicking out of the finisher. Ciampa gets mad, hits him with it another 2 times. 1, 2, 3. Ciampa retains. As I said, I do believe that this is going to build to Ciampa versus Gargano at WrestleMania weekend. Because then we had Ciampa going up the ramp. Gargano came out and joined him, sporting his newly won North American title. And they both hold their belts up together. And Johnny's kind of got this confused look on his face, like, this all feels familiar, yet it also feels wrong at the same time. And Ciampa's grinning like a doof, like, he's on top of the world right now. He's saved Gargano, brought him over to the right side, the dark side, if you will, if you want to continue with the Star Wars analogies. But I do believe that what this is going to end in is Gargano finally seeing the light and having just one last banger of a match with Ciampa before they go up to the main roster. And I'm looking forward to it. Then after the show went off the air is when Velveteen Dream came out and confronted both of them. There had been a lot of problems with Velveteen. He was upset that he was left off of the card. This was the first time Dream had been off of the TakeOver card in a long time. He seems to have always had at least one match or something. And he just had to make his presence known, so he came out and confronted them. Then Adam Cole came out. And then, let's see, Ricochet came out as well. And then Aleister Black ran up the ramp and joined them, and there was this big scuffle. Triple H talked about it on the Facebook Live thing that they did right after the show. For a while, it felt like it was kind of a kayfabe, maybe not a kayfabe thing, but then WWE released all this footage, and it was like, oh, okay. So what they're doing is they're going to have this shown on Halftime Heat, which is going to be playing, I believe, during the Super Bowl. And I am very interested in seeing this because I love all these guys. I think they're fantastic. It's just going to be interesting to see how it performs, like how much viewership it gets, because it's the Super Bowl. So we'll see how it goes up against the superb Owl, and can't believe I made that joke. Anyway, that was NXT TakeOver. I didn't want to get into the Royal Rumble tonight. Hopefully, I will get that done within the next few days. Looking to have the current White Nova champion on the show as well, so that they can give their thoughts on the show and just kind of create a little bit more dialogue here, so it's not just me talking for half an hour. Anyway, that was NXT TakeOver Phoenix. Overall, really good show, as NXT always is. There's never really a bad NXT TakeOver. You got the network, and you got 2 hours. Look the show up. It's awesome. So that's it, and I'll see you all for coverage on the Rumble next time.